Good morning, YouTube. This is Lisa. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. I'm doing great. I just wanted to come on this morning and say good morning to you all. I think what I'll do today is have a lunch hour garden chat with you all. Just a little chat about some things that I normally wouldn't say if I was in the garden. But I'm at work this morning, got my coffee, and I just wanted to say good morning to you all. And I will see you on my lunch hour. Hey YouTube, this is Lisa. I am on my lunch break now. So I just wanted to have a little chat with you all. Like last year, my sister and I, we didn't do any canning. I did a lot in learning in 2020, and we canned a few things in 2021. But then last year we didn't can anything. Oh, I did can some dill pickle last year. Now I don't like the sweet pickle, but I like the dill pickle. So I tried that last year and it turned out good. And but that's all I did last year as far as canning. So all we did mostly last year was preserve food by freezing. So we froze a lot of what did we freeze? Oh, okra. We did a lot of okra. We did some green beans and bell pepper, onions, and I can't even remember what else, but our freezer was full. Oh, all of our greens, our collard greens, our mustard greens, and that's, that is about all that we did as far as preserving food is by freezing. But this year we are going to do more canning. We are going to, well, we're still going to freeze. This year we want to do more stir fry mixes like the broccoli, bell pepper, onions, carrots, sugar snap peas, and to just kind of make up a stir fry mix. So whenever we want stir fry, we can just pull a bag of that out and make our stir fry with it. And we're going to put carrots in it. My carrots, they're coming along pretty good now. They started out real slow, and I thought that they weren't going to do well, but they're doing okay now. And I did plant more, so hopefully we'll get a pretty good harvest so that we can make our stir fry mixes. I will be canning this year chow chow pickle. We love chow chow with our beans and our greens or just whatever. We like it really good. And so I will be using our cabbage for that. The cabbage, the onions, bell pepper, and also goes in that is green tomatoes. So when I'm about ready to make my chow chow, I have to go and get me some green tomatoes off of the tomato vines and go ahead and make my chow chow. And our recipe also calls for jalapenos. We are growing those, and you can put those in. You don't have to, but first year I made it, I did not put any in it. When we made some in 2021, we did put jalapenos, and it's good either way. So, if you're gonna can chow chow, I'll film it when we are making ours, and you can, if you decide to do it, then you can put the jalapenos in or not. But we're growing a lot of tomatoes because we like to make tomato sauce, pasta sauce, but we are growing a lot of tomatoes because we save a lot of money from making our own tomato sauce and our pasta sauces. And so the tomato that I'm growing to make my sauces is the super sauce tomato. It's a hybrid tomato and it's an indeterminate tomato. It will grow to be about 6, 7, 8 feet tall, maybe even taller. Now, I have grown it before and I really like it. It makes a good, meaty, large size tomato. And that's what's best for your tomato sauce. And when you are growing your tomatoes, just kind of keep an eye on and learn whether the tomato is an indeterminate or determinate. Indeterminate is a tomato that is going to get huge. The plant is going to get huge. It's going to grow tall, and it will produce as long as it lives. A determinate tomato plant will not get that big, but it will set its fruit in clusters and it will produce a lot all at once, and then it's pretty much done. So that's the reason why I chose super sauce. It's indeterminate and it'll just produce and produce and produce, and all like that. We also will be growing the honeycomb, and I forgot to look up to see whether it's a determinate or indeterminate, but I've never grown it before. Heard you all talk about it. It's really good, and I wanted to try it. I heard that it was sweet. It gets orange in color, and the sweetness is what I want. I just want to try it, and it doesn't seem like it gets real big, but maybe the ones that I saw get about that big, like a tomato, and so I'll be growing it too. We'll also be growing the Super Sweet 100. That is a cherry tomato, and it is a determinate tomato. So I'll be getting all my tomatoes all at once, and then it'll be done. The Brandywine, I tried it last year. I think it got too hot. It did not produce one tomato for me. So I'm trying it again this year. I've heard it is good by a number of gardeners on YouTube. And so I'm going to try and grow that as well. It's an indeterminate tomato. Bremer, I know I planted those. I had some seeds left from last year. I liked it. It was an indeterminate tomato. I used it to make some of my sauce. But I think I gave all those plants away, so I don't have any more of those. But the Paul Roberson and the Early Girl, my sister started those seeds. She has those growing. She heard, and I've heard, that they are good tomatoes. They are indeterminate, and so we'll let you all know how we like them. So also, I will be successional planting my lettuce, so I have an ongoing crop or harvest of lettuce. We like lettuce. Our family likes our lettuce, and so we're going to try to have lettuce growing all year long. We have some growing now. My cousins were over the other day. I gave them a head of the red romaine lettuce that we had. We gave her some last year, and during our visit with her that time, she ate that bag of lettuce up sitting there with nothing on it. She's just bragged on how good it was. So our lettuce was good last year. She got that one head. I have some lettuce that when what I have growing now is harvested and comes out, those can come in. I'm going to plant some seeds, so what is waiting to go in is harvested. The seeds that I plant now, they'll be ready to go in. So that's how I'm doing that. This year we will plant again or can again, apple and pear preserves. We've done them both in the past, and we ate them up, and it's gone. And we also did pear butter, and that's gone. So we're going to do some more of that. Cowboy candy, that is I guess a pickle, kind of like. It's jalapeno peppers in it. It's hot, but I got a little cousin that loves it, so I make it for him. And so I'll do that again. I'll do video on when we make that. Um, I will probably plant out my tomatoes tomorrow because tonight and going forward, as far as we can see out 10 days in the forecast, it's going to get above 50 degrees. So I think it's safe to go ahead and put our tomatoes and our peppers and everything out now. And I mean, it's May 4th, so they need to go in so that we can start to get some harvest off of them. And a couple things that I had been mentioning that I want to get, but it's just been put on the back burner because of the shed blowing away, but I want to get in my irrigation put in. I saw what's her name, Miss Linda, over at Sweet Tomato Vine Homestead. She is doing a series on installing her irrigation. She mentioned how it's just watering by hand is just not going to work for her. I feel the same way. It's not going to work for me because it was so hot last year and our garden expanded, and we expand all the time, and it's just overwhelming to water, and your plants will suffer if they can't get the proper amount of water. And it's better to water in the morning, and so it's just we need to get irrigation put in, and so we're going to work on that. And Ms. Linda had also mentioned that she's been wanting to do it. She didn't have anybody else to do it, so she's going to have to do it. She's been intimidated by it. I feel the same way. I mean, her whole conversation about it was the same way I was feeling. So if she's going to go ahead, I'm going to go ahead and try to do it too. So I'm going to go ahead and get that done. Also, we need to get fence put up because we already got rabbits and all kind of little stuff running around in the yard. And I am not going to have nobody else eating like them, eating up my honeydew melons like they did last year. So I just can't, I can't have that to happen. And so that's about it. We don't, you probably have asked, like, why don't they plant squash? We don't really eat squash. And my sister doesn't like it. I don't care for it. Not like that. Squash takes up a lot of real estate in your garden. And we just don't eat it like that. We just like other things that we rather plant. And so that's the reason why. We've tried a number of kinds. We've tried yellow plant, squash, zucchini. Now my sister does make zucchini bread. It's really good, but we just don't want to do it. And the eggplant, so spaghetti squash, butternut squash, patty pan squash, we grew it all, and we just don't like it as well enough. Butternut is good, but we just rather not do squash. And so that's about all that I just kind of wanted to chat with you all real quick about. I wanted to just kind of let you all, just say to you all, be careful when you're going into your gardens. Wear your gloves. Be aware of what's around you. And wear your safety glasses if you're having to cut down something. Don't want something to fly in your eyes. And like I said, wear your gloves. I have already seen Mr. No Shoulders in my garden. If you know, Mr. No Shoulders is a snake. I've already seen one. So I want you all to be careful. And I've seen some of you all's videos, and you all have seen some snakes too already. So I mean, when you're walking around, look around, be sure. And you know who else is there. And I just, people say snakes are your friend. No, they're not. I don't want to be friends with a snake. I don't. So I just rather let him have it. I'll go. And so, wear your gloves. My coworker had a big splinter in her finger the other day, and I said, "Well, what were you doing?" "I was pulling weeds." I said, "Did you have your gloves on?" She said, "No." I said, "Well, this should teach you to wear your gloves when you're going in your garden pulling weeds." So we just got to be careful, you all. Just be careful, be careful, be careful when you're going into your gardens. Um, don't want any stumbles and falls. I've even heard YouTube, Miss Gail over at the Georgia Peachnut. She has fallen down on her back in her garden. So you all be careful. Okay? So I wanted to thank you all for watching my videos and making great suggestions and comments and things that I could do better, things that I could learn. I really appreciate you all. And I hope that you all continue to do that. I really need you all to help me along this journey. So you all stay safe, you stay well, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.